Yo, yo, Tony D back. I know you can hear it. It's the brown bag. Boom. Went to the comic shop. Skipped last week, man, so I was totally missing it. You know, I love going to the local comic shop. I'd rather go to the comic shop than a bar. You know what I mean? It's just the way I am right now. And got to give some love to Rubber Band Spawn. Shout out to Rachel. She was at the shop. Matt was at the shop. It was cool. Also got to see Barry. He sells comic books. I'll get his information in the description, and he's a cool dude, man. He's got positive vibes. Totally co-sign for him. People want to buy comics, and he wants you to have them. He's a good dude. Good to do business with him. I plan on buying some books. And let's get into what I got at the shop. So, Matt hooked me up with this. Man, he's always doing me right. John Byrne's 2112. We'll see what this is about. You know, he was hit and miss there for a little while, but he was hooked up with our boy Claremont and had a hell of a run. So yeah, man, totally excited. Get in this. Anything Matt recommends or hooks me up with, man, it's usually money, dude. Like 99.9999%, it's money. He got me hooked on Hyde Street. Love Hyde Street. Got me hooked on James Robinson's Starman. So he's a heck of a dealer. He'll get you hooked on stuff. The good kind of hooked. Went ahead. Speculation Tony came out of me. Had to get me another copy of Cul De Sac. Just did a review. That is dropping on Halloween, and that is appropriate. It's a great book. They had this is kind of weird. They had I think they just made 36 where there's a stake through the cover and it's graded. That'd be interesting to have. You know, it's like, how do you get stuff like that? Like, how do you you would have to be on the cusp of knowing all this stuff. I'll have to look and see how much those things cost. I bet they're expensive. Yeah, Cul De Sac. It's one of my top books, man. Right up there with Dark Patterns. And you've been following the channel. You know how I feel about Dark Patterns. It's legit. I finished reviewing, I think, issue 11, man. It's fixing to come to an end, man. That's really, I don't know how I feel about that. It sucks. You know, when they start something that's so cool and then it comes to an end, it's bittersweet. Hopefully some things come out of it. I don't know what, but I don't know if there was interesting characters introduced. Maybe those characters can, be pulled into the universe. It's possible. We shall see. Matt also hooked me up with the Maxx. Now, I've always known about the Maxx, but your boy hasn't read it. This is one of those deals where Liquid TV was on MTV, man. This is a while back. Some of you may not be familiar with what I'm talking about, but it was a show on MTV that was really indie cartoons, I would say. They had Neon Flux and some other things, and the Maxx was on there, and the Maxx was so good as a cartoon. But now, with the beauty of comics, I'm going to enjoy issues 1, 2, and 3. Shout out to Matt. He's always working with me, dude. He's another example of, I want to buy comics and he wants me to have them. There's a difference there. There's people that sell comics and there's people that want you to have comics. Those are the ones that'll work with you, man. And and you'll come back. Show that respect and loyalty, man. That's how you build that up. A lot of people, they're losing how to do business nowadays. This whole trying to get as much money as you can from people, man. I was like, dude, they're not going to come back. But yeah, totally dig it. The cartoon, I would even recommend checking this out, man, on I'm sure on YouTube, man, like that whole liquid TV was like, it was groundbreaking back then, man. I think it was like 94, 95 maybe when that came out, but the Maxx run was incredible. So, X-Men Prime. Matt, let me do some digging. I found this and I didn't know why I wanted it, but I had done some research previously and I was looking for books that Matsuda had drawn in because I am a huge mark for the New Men in back in the Image days. I think he did the New Men. Oh man, I'm trying to think. I know there was other things, but the New Men is one that I just totally remember. Man, I'll give you a taste. So Matsuda, you'll see why, man. Like, this is great stuff. That's issue 1. And this was like, here's issue 2, issue 3. It was like, this was back, things were pretty innocent. The 90s were kicking. And this is probably one of my favorite covers here. Matsuda was like, oh, dude, just brilliant. You know, I did a little research into what he may be doing now. I think he's doing like script work for like maybe TV stuff. I don't know, man, but I'm so glad that we had an opportunity for him to be into the comic books. But yeah, that's why I picked that up. And I didn't know it at the time, but I knew there was something about it I needed to get. I don't know if this is a chrome. I believe it's chrome cover. So yeah, Matt hooked me up with this too. So I'll find out which one Matsuda illustrated on. Man, that dude was on another level. There are so many great artists from the 90s, man. I totally dig the 90s. You know, there's something great about every era. Even now, like I tell people now, like this is a great time to be a comic book fan. Like I don't get stuck in the decades that I grew up in. It's like, man, there's fantastic stuff going on right now. You know, World Tree, you know, a lot of indie stuff. You know, and there's great artists right now as well. Bermejo, I mean, come on. There's your example right there. So each generation, man, has something to offer. Don't pigeonhole yourself, man, where you miss out. Oh, and I was also I'm gonna hit you guys up, like, got some manga books. What are good ways to bag and board these? They're pretty small. I thought I would ask you guys. I was doing a lot of bagging and boarding. Just kind of curious what you guys think. Also, if you have any ideas on these huge, like, masterpiece editions, I believe they're like, dude, they're massive. Maybe 10 by 13. And also books as well. You know, just give you some deets on some of the stuff I have. But I like to have everything, at least with the bag on it. I take care of my stuff. Like this Spawn book, my brother got it for me for my birthday. And it's book 1. And I'm not even cracking the seal. I'm just going to leave it in the seal and keep it. Because I have the comics. I can read them. But it's like, you know, Superman Unchained. Here's another big bad boy. So I'll know. What do you think? Let me know, man. Your boy would appreciate any tips or hints. But, man, you got to get on that Cul De Sac.